Okay, so I like to make a point on all that I've been thinking, observing for the last months, even years. But all my videos basically are here to try to solve the problem on how to change things, how to evolve, how to improve your life, and the best thing to do, I would say, first is to observe yourself because. Uh, if you know yourself very well, you know what are your limits, what prevents you from moving or from evolving, and you can change that. Knowing very well a problem, I think, is like 90% of the solution. I've always thought that, even in mathematics or things like that. And so yes, I'm observing myself more and more, and I come to a conclusion more and more that we clearly live in a world of emotions. All that we do, all that we perceive, all that we do, all that we, think, all our behaviors are clearly based on our emotions. We're happy because of our emotions. We're angry because of our emotions. We perceive values or things or through emotions, and everything's based on emotions. So the thing is to realize that, okay, I perceive the world, and I perceive myself, I perceive my limits, my possibilities through emotions. But that is just a perception, and that changes all the time. That's just one possibility, that I feel because of my emotions, I feel are the reality. But I know it's just the way I perceive things, the way I feel, the way I experiment my life right now. Because I know that it would be someone else, it would be different, even though the conditions would be completely the same. It's not about what really is, it's about how I feel that, how I, what my emotions send me as a message, as a perception, as a way to perceive my world, myself, everything. So once you realize that, once you perceive that very clearly, uh, it becomes obvious that the only thing to do is to make the difference between, is it, you know, uh, what I perceive as a limit, is it just my emotions, or is it the reality? And most of the time it's just my emotions. So if I can realize that I'm just talking about my emotions, my just a way to perceive things because of my emotions, then that's different. I know it's not the reality. I can perceive, I can, still perceive my emotions and feel like things are this way, and it can feel difficult to change. But I know that it's just about emotions. I'm just talking about emotions, not about the truth, not about the reality. And just being able to realize that in the moment, say, okay, I feel not at ease. I feel I would like to maybe to hide in difficult moments. Sometimes, I'm ashamed or things like that. But I know that it's just emotions. It's not the way uh, things are. It's not the way others perceive me, depending on how I behave. Okay, so now I have two possibilities. Either I behave like if those emotions were real. And now that makes these emotions, you know, um, the reality, because I behave in accordance, and my whole life is based on those emotions. Or I can say, okay, I know those are emotions. I feel this way, but it's not the truth. I know it. Around me, it's just not the way it is. It's just the way I perceive things. And then I can say, okay, so even though I have a feeling of difficulties, feeling of, unease or whatever, uh, I can decide to do one thing. It's like very, very easily, something very easy. You're, you have something to do. but you really feel that's something boring and you really don't want to do that. And you feel like it's very difficult to do, And you can't spend your whole day, waiting to find the right time to do it, to find the motivation to start doing something, okay? Doing the thing you have to do. And it can be very difficult all day long. It can appear like a very difficult day. Now, once you decide, okay, I don't feel it, I don't have the motivation, but okay, I said I would do that, and you just take action and you just start doing things change. You haven't relied on your feelings. You have decided something different than what you were feeling. And the reality has changed. It's not only based on your emotions, first of all. Then, when you take a different action, your feelings change. In my example, let's say you have started to do the thing you wanted to do even though you weren't motivated at all. Once you have started, you know that you feel great. You feel much better. It's not that difficult at all. It's another reality. And you have changed your feelings by acting differently. So we have completely control, but we have to realize that emotions, feelings, is just one aspect, sensation in our body. That's it. If it doesn't prevent us from acting the way we want. That appears as being difficult, but we still have control. And once we just change our behavior, our feelings change accordingly. So I think that's really the whole thing is there. So now we can try to explain all that, all the reasons why it is like that. And there are obviously very logical reasons, but that's another thing. If you want to move to change, you have just to observe that, to realize that, and to choose. Do I want to let my emotions tell me what the reality is, and just false reality, just a perceived reality? Or do I want to choose what I want, and even though I feel uncomfortable at some times, I still act the way I decide, and then change. All things change. So I let you think about that. I think that's the most valuable thing I realized those last years. Okay, and don't hesitate. Comment this video. Let me know what you think of that and how you relate to that. If you have some interesting things to to bring to make that possible easier, more easily, or things like that, for example, or difficulties too. Okay, so don't hesitate sharing that. I really think that's the most valuable thing to take into account, and to in order to really change your life and do things that seems impossible to do. So I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.